Hello, welcome to Survival ABCs. This is about my survival knife kits. When I refer to kits, I'm referring to the pouches that I have and the extra little modification and attachments that I have on each blade. These are my three primary bush knives. First off is my Mora knife, Companion Black. This is my Schrade knife. I can't remember the designated name off the top of my head. I'll pull it when I pull it out. Hopefully I'll remember to say it because it's written on the side of the blade. And my other primary is my Ka-Bar BK2 knife, heavy duty bush knife. First off, my Mora knife. I picked this up probably about I think it was about 2 months ago, give or take. I had the belt loop was a bit small for the belt that I was wearing at the time, so I put the paracord around it, and I normally carry this around my neck anyways. Attachments that I've made was specifically this one here was just the sheath. It didn't come with the flint at all, so the tube in here is a small metal tube. There's some heavy duty double-sided tape inside of there for stability, and the duct tape, Gorilla duct tape, is what's actually holding it in place. The elastic band is basically what's keeping it secured in place. So that's what it is. It's basically a little tube. The knife itself, it's very good. I haven't had a single problem with it yet. I made a small modification. I don't know if you can see it or not with the light. From right here to about there. The back end of the blade was smoothed and rounded off. I actually shaved it a little bit right here just for the sake I could actually use it with a flint for the fire making purposes. But overall, I'm very happy with this knife. It's stainless steel and it's very, very good. I love it to death, and it's a very nice small knife for small, tedious work. So moving on, this is my Schrade knife. I actually just attached this pouch onto it earlier today with some paracord and heavy-duty double-sided tape. That tape works miracles, by the way. It's at Staples. It's red. I can't remember the brand name, but it's definitely worth looking into. So first off, the knife itself, the Schrade. It is the SCHF3. I think that's a 6M. As you can see, it's already used quite a bit. It's a very good heavy-duty knife, 1/4-inch thick blade. It's a little bit smaller, a little more lighter weight as comparison to the Ka-Bar BK2, which I'll show you shortly. It's got nice grips here and well as here. Very good, very sturdy. You know, it's not going to slip apart in your hands or anything. It's very good. I love this knife. I got this, I think, about $60 at a place called SNR Knives. It's located, I think it's at Woodbine Mall. That's Toronto, Ontario, Canada area, for those of you who don't know. Anyways, the sheath already has a pouch in there, but I didn't like it. It's very small and just kind of useless to me. So I actually covered it with Gorilla duct tape, and then I put this pouch over top of it. So I could have cut the pouch off completely, but there might be a time in the future where I might want to choose to take this pouch off, take the duct tape off, and, you know, for the sake of resale purposes, although it's doubtful. Anyways, the pouch on the front here had a even bigger pouch on the front here, but so I made a mistake one day because it was on my backpack at the time. This is a Condor detachable pouch, and I left it too close to the fire, it got melted, and, you know, shit happens. So now I'm using it for my knife sheath. Opening it up, I do have some nice little tools in there. First and foremost, it's a nice cheap Swiss Army knife. It's just got 2 blades on it, can opener and a bottle opener. And of course you got your little tweezers and toothpick, which is kind of useless to me anyway. I got my flint in here. This is from the Schrade. This one actually came with the knife. I have a Bear Grylls mini whistle. This thing is very good, very bright, loud, and lightweight. Incredibly lightweight. Like, there's no weight to it whatsoever compared to some other whistles that I have. Well, there's the striking piece for the flint. This one is not from Schrade. This one is actually from something else, a cheaper flint that I used to have that no longer exists. I This was lighter weight by comparison to the actual striker that came with the Schrade. It was like a little block of steel and just heavy and bulky. Of course, I got a small compass for navigation purposes. I got 2 wet fire tinders in here, and I am in fact going to add a speedy sharpener to it. I can't seem to find it at the moment, but if I can't find it, I'll just get myself a new one. I hear they're on sale this week anyway, so that's my Schrade knife kit. Lastly, my third one, and this is probably my primary bush knife, but like I said, there's always nice to have more than one. You know, a couple lighter knives are always good. This one here, as many people I know have said, and I'm going to say it now, this is a beast knife. It's really heavy duty, 1/4 inch. It's just over a pound in weight. The tape that's on the bottom side of the handle is for simply chopping wood. I hold it like this. That way I got more grip on the blade and more leverage when it comes to the swing. Excellent for hammering as well. I can also do some other very heavy duty work. If I have this with me, then I won't bother carrying a machete or an axe with me. If I had my Mora knife, I would definitely carry an axe or a machete with me for the sake of chopping purposes. But I also have my folding saw in my backpack at all times anyway. The sheath itself, as you can see, is just the sheath. There was no pouch on it. This is a cell phone case from Staples. I have it attached with paracord as well as double-sided heavy-duty tape. Like I said, tape really comes in handy. I took the little rings off of here because when I was walking around, they kept flopping around and making a jiggling sound, so I removed them. And it's also a good safety feature so they don't get caught on something and open when you don't want them to. This one here is a camping Swiss Army knife. You see it says camping right on the side. This has a lot of good tools on it. Really good valuable stuff. I got my good flint. I can use the blade itself to strike with on this, or I can actually use the striking piece that I have in here. As you can see, obviously this piece, the striking piece, does not go with this flint. I chose this one because I had a spare of it, and it has a really high-pitched whistle on it as well. Also, I got myself a very nice little compass here with thermometer attachment as well. It's very good, it's very accurate. Here's my speedy sharpener. This is the speedy sharpener I want to get for my Schrade knife. So hopefully I'll be able to find mine, because these are extremely good to have with you. These are like out in the field type of good. You know, you don't want to be carrying a professional knife kit around with you everywhere, but sooner or later you will have to professionally sharpen your knife, and speedy sharpener is good for having out in the field. Nice little key here. This is for the sake of the handle, so I can take the handle off. There are some small spaces inside the handle where you can put some small matches or fishing lures or hooks. I personally don't do it, but I do this more for the sake of cleaning it. But it's good to have all the same. So this is my come on, let's close that up a little bit. Overall, you know, it's a very good knife sheath, as well as the other ones. They're all very good sheaths. This one here, it locks itself into the blade right here, but it also has a good securing strap here as well. I find sometimes when I'm wearing this knife is that, well, actually, you know what, I'll show you. When I have it on my belt and I don't have the loop secured, it'll actually hang a little bit like that. It's not overly a big issue, but it is an issue sometimes for me, so I'll always keep it secured right on the belt loop. So there's other things you can definitely do with this. Some people actually don't add the pouch, they'll add other things instead. They'll add paracord, wrap it around over and over, as well as put attachments on in different particular manners. It's really up to you. It's your personal preferences. I'm not saying these are the best knives in the world. I'm not saying they're the worst knives in the world. It's all about your personal preferences. What you want to do with your knife, what you want to accomplish with your knife is up to you. So these are the knives that I've chosen. They're my three primary knives. They're my more better ones. So Mora, like I said, for light duty work. Schrade is for the medium work, and this is for the heavy duty work. This is Survival ABCs. I'll see you around. Till next time. Hello, welcome to Survival ABCs. This is about my survival knife kits. When I refer to kits, I'm referring to the pouches that I have and the extra little modification and attachments that I have on each blade. These are my three primary bush knives. First off is my Mora knife, Companion Black. This is my Schrade knife. I can't remember the designated name off the top of my head. I'll pull it when I pull it out. Hopefully I'll remember to say it because it's written on the side of the blade. And my other primary is my Ka-Bar BK2 knife, heavy duty bush knife. First off, my Mora knife. I picked this up probably about I think it was about 2 months ago, give or take. I had the belt loop was a bit small for the belt that I was wearing at the time, so I put the paracord around it, and I normally carry this around my neck anyway.